Hi, I'm Chine and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about guava fragrances. We have had a cherry era, a mango era, we're kind of in a peach era, but guava is having its moment right now and is giving it girl for the summer. I would love to know, which fragrance fruity notes do you think is the it girl note of the summer? I think it's guava, but I would love to know what you think. As always, you can grab samples, decants and full sizes of these fragrances on Scentsplit.com and use Chine10 to save. Starting off with Guava Sorbet by House of Brands. This is the fragrance that I feel kind of put guava fragrances on the map again. This is definitely a very sugary guava sorbet kind of fragrance. When you smell guava sorbet, you get a blast of a creamy guava. I definitely get the sorbet vibes. It isn't like creamy and thick the way ice cream is. It's like creamy in its own way, and it also has something a little bit cold and chilled about it. Out of all the guava fragrances I'm going to talk about, guava sorbet is definitely the sweetest out of them, and it's also the one that doesn't truly smell like a guava fruit. One thing about this fragrance that the guava doesn't really last for the entire way of the fragrance. When I smell guava sorbet, maybe like 2 hours in, what I get is less of that initial blast of like a sorbet with like little guava chunks in it, and I get more of like a sugared water musk. It definitely stays sweet. It stays sweet the entire time, but I feel like the guava fades a little bit too fast. Based off the way guava sorbet wears, I wouldn't consider this to be a gourmand. I wish it was able to hold on to more of that creamy vibe that you get in the beginning. When this dries down, it dries down to a sugary musk, so it's not really giving lick your skin off in a guava way. I don't know. I thought this fragrance would have been more sweet and more fruity, especially given like the guava note being in the top note and in the mid note, and also like with the passion fruit. It smells good, but it didn't live up to my personal expectations for like guava sorbet. So yeah, I would give guava sorbet like a 3 out of 5. I think it smells good, especially in the opening, but the dry down really let me down. Now, if you want a green true guava fragrance, Delta of Venus. That is, in my opinion, one of the most realistic guava fragrances on the market. The guava here is green, it's sour. Like, imagine a guava that is like overripe and has fallen off the tree, so it's like laying on the sand, and like people have kind of like stepped on the ones around it, so it's like squashed guava, and you get like that green kind of vibe from it. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you lived around guava trees, you know exactly what I am talking about, and that is exactly what Delta of Venus smells like. In my opinion, it is one of the most accurate guava fragrances. Even though it has a lot of other notes like the violet and the jasmine and the grapefruit, I feel like they are there to not take away from the guava-ness, but to add to like that sensation you get from being around a guava tree. My favorite thing about Delta of Venus is how it is perfectly refreshing even on the hottest of days. I will give Delta of Venus 3.5 out of 5. I like the way it's able to capture that sensation of like being under a guava tree, but I don't think it has decent longevity and or projection. I put it on my arm to test out for this video like maybe 2 hours ago, and I can barely smell it now. In terms of longevity and projection, it is very, very moderate. If you are looking for like a beast mode guava perfume, this is not the one for you. But if you're looking for something that actually smells like guava, cut out all the unnecessary sweetness, unnecessary fruitiness, all the fluff, you want a true guava fragrance, Delta of Venus is perfect for you. Next guava fragrance is Counterplay by Mind Games. This one has notes of guava and melon, osmanthus, ylang, pink pepper, and patchouli. First of all, kudos to Mind Games, because when I smelled this fragrance, I thought it was a very big departure from the kind of fragrances that they do. When I think about Mind Games, their fragrances come off a little bit more like serious, and this is definitely very playful and fun. So I really appreciate the direction they took in this fragrance. When you smell this one, you get a blast of the guava, but this fragrance has almost like a hooba booba vibe to it. It's like it's complemented with like melon and I guess like some other fruits. So when you smell this, you get a blast of a guava, but then it becomes like almost like a hooba booba, like chewy, fruity candy kind of smell. I don't know, something about Counterplay is giving sour candy kind of vibes. I definitely get the pink pepper in the fragrance. It's able to add almost like a rosy touch, like a little bit of like a depth to the fragrance to keep it from being like super sweet, super fun, like juvenile or childish. Even though there's a patchouli note listed, I don't really get patchouli in this fragrance. It doesn't have like a very earthy vibe to it, and it also doesn't have like that kind of like chocolatey patchouli vibe to it. So if you're someone that has avoided this fragrance because you're seeing patchouli in the base notes, I think it is definitely worth getting your nose on, because I don't detect a lot of the patchouli. The entire middle notes, I don't really get them. Osmanthus, ylang, orange blossom, I don't get any of that. What I get from this fragrance is truly guava and like chewy fruit candy vibes. That is the vibe of Counterplay by Mind Games. Compared to Delta or Venus, the longevity on Counterplay is definitely better. This one I think would last like 5 hours on your skin and on your clothes, and it's gonna have like a moderate projection. There's no fragrance from Mind Games that I have tried that gives like beast mode fill up a room, so you can expect like a similar performance and projection and sillage from Counterplay as you would other Mind Game fragrances. But it's really fun. It's a very fun guava fragrance. I would give Counterplay maybe like a 3.75. I like the direction that they took with the fragrance. I'm really into like the whole chewy candy kind of fragrances right now. When I want to smell gourmand, that is what I want to smell like. When I want to smell like lick your skin off, I want to smell lick your skin off in like a candy, chewy candy kind of way. Sniff did it with Sweet Tooth, and Mind Games is doing it with Counterplay, and I'm a big fan. Now, for the guava fragrance that truly broke my heart is Tropical by Arquiste. This fragrance smells good, but the execution is so different from what I expected it to be, and I think that is part of why I'm so let down by Tropical by Arquiste. This fragrance is a lot more floral, like a lot more floral than I was expecting. Even though you get the guava in the opening of this fragrance, it is complemented with like the tropical floral notes like the jasmine and the frangipani and like the guava blossom, and it goes a little bit too floral for my nose and like for my preferences. When I think of this fragrance, I truly think you are in a villa. Like you are in a villa that is nestled away in like some oasis, right? You're in this villa that has a bunch of guava trees, but at the same time, there are so many tropical florals everywhere. You have frangipani, you have jasmine, like there's so many plants everywhere. And all these aromas plus the guava just come together. And the florals are overwhelming the guava in this fragrance for me. Guava and like lime and like florals, but there's something like dark, almost like a woody oak, like a mahogany kind of note in the base. And that gets my attention. That makes me very intrigued. If you are looking for a juicy, fruity guava fragrance, Tropical by Arquiste is not the fragrance for you. This is more of tropical florals that there's like a sprinkle of guava on them, as opposed to a fragrance where guava is a star of the show. I have never been so glad to not blind buy a fragrance. When I saw this release, I was like itching to get my hands on it, and I showed restraint, and thank God. Also, the addition of the mahogany, I like it. It adds this depth to the fragrance, but I feel like some people are going to think that it's completely off from the entire vibe of the fragrance. So yeah, I would give Tropical by Arquiste a 3 out of 5. If you're looking for a guava kind of fragrance, this is not the one for you. So to recap, if you are looking for the best realistic guava fragrance, Delta or Venus, that is perfect for you. If you are looking for a sweet, almost like lick your skin off kind of guava, Guava Sorbet is perfect for you. If you're looking for like a high chewy candy, hooba booba kind of guava that is complemented with other juicy fruits, then I recommend Counterplay by Mind Games. But if you're looking for tropical florals with like the tiniest hint of guava on them, then Tropical by Arquiste. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely like and subscribe so you don't miss my next upload, and see you in the next one.